Hello, my beautiful thinking people, you. Welcome back to Advocation X and your host, Clyde Phillips. Listen, deep topic again, and I hope you guys got your open minds. For all my 1585ers, for all my beautiful thinking people, and for those of you associated with all of my people, please listen and listen carefully. I want you to understand what manipulation is, where it comes from, and how it creeps into your life. Manipulation is orchestrated by a group of people, so you could say a conspiracy. Do you remember when they said, no man is an island, you can't survive alone, you need the help of your peers? They're not lying. If you want to accomplish anything, doing it on your own is the worst way to go. Not that it can't be done, but the worst way to go. And then guess what happens when you start to accomplish your goal? The people that you did not include could become your biggest enemies. Let me explain. But before I do, hit the like button, subscribe, become a member, share these videos with all your friends, family, coworkers, and everybody you meet. Why? Because it's going to help them to maintain and keep an open mind and be able to make informed decisions. Because what we try to do at Advocation X is inform you and keep you alert and awake. No, not woke. Awake. Honestly, I have no clue what woke means. It doesn't really hold much meaning for me. But being awake really, truly does. We all need to be awake. Okay, have you hit the like button? Did you subscribe yet? We got a lot of viewers, just not getting the subscriptions. Well, we are. And then we've got some people who get offended and they unsubscribe. And guess what? That's totally fine with me. Do you know why? Each person's entitled to their own opinion. I wish they'd stay, and I wish that they would give their opinion and let us rebut it or agree with it. That's what our opinions are for. It's to begin conversations. So this conversation begins with this. If you believe you're beyond manipulation, all the power to you. But I can tell you this. There's a fantastically huge chance that you're not. One of the great things about manipulation is that you don't even know you're being manipulated. Because if you did, you'd resist. Have you found yourself resisting some things from time to time? That's because you can see what manipulation is coming at you. If you can't see it, you can't fight it. What you don't know, you don't know. But that doesn't mean it's not going on around you. That does not mean it's not going to affect you. Manipulation creeps up on you. Little tidbits are entering your mind, entering your ears. Things are flashing by your eyes. And then eventually you become a believer, don't you? And once you become a believer, it's almost impossible to get that out of your brain. Why? Because you were manipulated that way. You didn't come across that opinion on your own by doing your own research, because if you did, you could change your mind when new information falls in your lap. But unfortunately, when you're being manipulated, they bombard you with the same messages over and over and over again. By every source you can possibly imagine, they just keep coming at you. Until your brain is so exhausted, it just opens up and accepts whatever they're saying, and it becomes entrenched in your mind. Have you all heard of Stockholm Syndrome? Well, let me tell you this. We are all living under Stockholm Syndrome. Where? All in the Western societies, for sure. Think about it. We are so quick and willing to give up everything we have, as long as our government says so. You have poverty, starvation, and death going on in your country, and your governments are giving away your money. Not to you, to others around the world and others. I just found out the other day that somehow, I don't know how, But somehow, either they voted in Parliament, and that means all the people that you've trusted this whole time, that when it comes to immigration, let's say you are coming from UK. You want to become a Canadian citizen. Well, you think it's an easy path, right? Nope, you'd be wrong. You need to have resources. You need to be able to answer questions. You need to go through all kinds of checks. You need so many things before you can become a Canadian citizen. But for some reason, they seem to have changed the methodology, and people are now coming across getting put up in luxury hotels with wonderfully chef-cooked meals, with certificates that allow them to ride Uber, Lyft, buses, trains at will, to go all over your world that you can't. Now listen, let me qualify this. I used to fight against those who used to say, "Oh, I can't believe it. They give all this money to these people, blah, 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 and they don't even take care of their own people that need help, and blah, 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 blah." And I said, no, that's not the way it goes. I told them how immigration worked. I told them that, you know what, refugees are like this and like that, and they only get, you know what I mean, like welfare wages and stuff like that, which allows them to, you know, stay, learn English, become trained, get themselves into the workforce, right? It's like a hand up. And besides, that helps our economy, because that little hand up gets spread around the economy, because people are going to be buying things, food and stuff like that, which helps the store owners and helps everybody along the chain. And then I found out that they flipped the switch on me. And that switch, wow, I almost feel like leaving the country and then coming back as a refugee. No, I don't. I much prefer to be in control of my own destiny. However, it's kind of difficult when you're competing against, anyways, other circumstances that just don't jive. Folks, I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated because if you look back, way back, into my early videos, and if you look back, way back, into my early Facebook posts, I warned everybody about where we were being pushed to. I warned everybody about the fact that being poor is something we were all going to have to look forward to. I warned everybody that the middle class were under attack, and it was a stringent attack with stealth weapons, and people didn't believe me. And then I told and warned everybody, they're going to come up with something, and I'm telling you, they're going to shut you all down. You guys need to put $1,000 each into a pot. And that pot needs to be held in escrow with one of the best litigation lawyers and their firm in the country to make sure that they can't do what they're going to do. And again, you folks didn't believe me. Hundreds of thousands of North American middle-class businesses have been shut down. Hundreds of thousands of middle-class families lost their livelihoods. Many of them became homeless. Some of them, depending on how well they treated their families while they were climbing the ladder, are now bunking up with family members. I tried to warn you all. I tried. Do you see how expensive things are getting now, folks? Don't think that's the end of it. It's not going to stop. It's not going to stop until you are all begging for those powers that be, and we're not talking about celestial powers, we're talking about earthly powers. You'll be begging them to help you, to give you a sip of water, to give you a scrap. You will do anything to get that scrap. You'll turn in your own children or parents. Some of you already will. Some of you would already turn in your parents for the slightest little thing. Well, imagine when it gets to that. Folks, my beautiful thinking people, my 1585ers, and all others, It's seriously time to wake up. It is seriously time to wake up because it's not far ahead. And let me tell you something. Once you guys all wake up, remember this. Regardless of whether you were negligent when it came time for these people to take our rights away, you can always turn it around. As long as you're not divided, as long as you are united, not divided, you can turn anything around that you like. But I'm telling you, there's going to be a lot of pain to endure if you don't get it licked before it becomes the problem that it's going to be. Zeus, you understand, don't you? See, even Zeus understands. He's part of the 1585 club. And he's the guy I used to say was wonderfully helmet bound. Anyways, folks, listen. Be like me. I never give up. I never give in. But I keep an open mind. And that's how I gather my knowledge, which is the only power I will ever possess. And I can tell you, folks, things are getting tough. You need to start dipping into your power. Okay? Stay safe. Stay healthy. And above all, stay as happy as humanly possible. And guess what? Until next time, I love you all.